book of Isaiah. It's the third largest prophetic book in the Bible. It has three sections in it, and the first section is judgment. Second section is a transitional or historical section, and just has a couple of chapters to it. And today we continue in the messianic chapters, and you'll see in chapter 50 a very clear picture of messianic messages and prophecies where Isaiah, whether he realized it or not, saw way out to not only the birth of Jesus, but the crucifixion of Jesus. So let's take a look at just two sections of chapter 50 of the book of Isaiah. I have given my back to those who strike me, and my cheeks to those who pluck out the beard. I did not cover my face from the humiliation and the spitting. If you read the trial and the crucifixion of Jesus, particularly starting after he was taken in the garden, through the trials both in front of Herod and Pilate, you'll find in Matthew chapter 26, verse 67, Matthew 27:30, Mark 14:65, and Mark 15:15, Luke 22:63 through 65, and John 18:22 and 19:1 in John. You'll find the description of the abuse that Jesus took, the hitting in the face, the hitting in the back, the scourging which would have torn his back to shreds, and you'll find the spitting in his face in almost all of those Gospels. There's no question that this is talking about Jesus and what he would go through just before he went to the cross. Now let's take a look at a contrast of one trusting in Jesus and trusting in God versus one who doesn't. Let's take a look at this section of scripture in chapter 50, beginning at verse 10. A contrast between verse 10 and 11. Who is among you that fears the Lord, that obeys the voice of his servant, that walks in darkness and has no light? Let him trust in the name of the Lord and rely on God, on his God. Behold, all who kindle a fire, who encircle themselves with firebrands, walk in the light of your fire, and among the brands that you have set ablaze. This you will have from my hand. You will lie down in torment. It's clear we have two choices in life, to either trust God or to trust in our own abilities. You see in verse 10, we trust God and we will be fine. But in verse 11, we find if we trust in our own ways and our own defenses, we're going to find nothing but trouble and torment. And I think that as you read this particular chapter in Isaiah, chapter 50, you'll find that at the very beginning of the chapter, Isaiah clearly says that God has stated clearly why he allowed Israel to go through the pressures and the torment and the problems that they had. He says, he likens it to divorce. He says, show me the divorcement. I didn't divorce you. Show me where I sold you. I didn't sell you. Show me that I didn't have the power to save you. My hand's not short that I couldn't save you. But you brought it upon yourself through your own transgressions and your own iniquities. You'll find that in verses 1 through 3 in chapter 50. What a wonderful thing to trust in the Lord and to know that he'll see us through, and that we don't have to trust in our own abilities, our own defenses, but that we can just trust in him. And that's my thought for the day. I pray you have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers, and we'll see you on Monday.